Hey, Joe, how'd your turkey taste?
Kind of like bird shit. Welcome back to this week's version of the Rivalry NFC West talk with me, Joe Stevens, and my co-host Ryan from No Bar Sports. How's it going?
Man, it's going great. We just
Yeah,
got
last time,
a hell of a shitload on our plate, as do you this week.
last time we talked, it was going into the Seahawks 49ers game. That did not go out as I wanted it to. That's how I expected it to, but like I said, not how I wanted it to. So yeah, let's just start. How are you feeling going into the game? Were you guys were pretty confident anyways.
Yeah, we were pretty confident. Um,
Rightfully
the
so.
the only time I really was like, uh-oh, was the play before Brock Purdy threw that pick six. It seemed like something was off with him. Something was off with maybe the offense. Maybe there's something they were showing and he just didn't understand. Wasn't able to, but other than that, it was like, we got this. Because
Yeah.
really, we shot ourselves more in the foot, giving you that pick six than you guys did against us all day.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's just
Yeah.
frustrating. One thing I've been talking to other Seahawks people about. What's frustrating is you look at the rosters up and down between the Seahawks and the 49ers rosters, and they're pretty similar, talent wise. It's just why can't the Seahawks put it together the way that the 49ers have? And I think that's what's most frustrating as a Seahawks fan. The talent's there. The how would you say the cohesiveness is not. It's like we're not gelling whatsoever, and that's what's frustrating. It's not like we have a shitty team. Um, I think that's a very frustrating part coming out of that game.
Well, I do know that we draft a lot of team captains. So when things start going bad, you got a whole room full of a whole bunch of team captains that know they can't look to the right and left of them for excuses. They have to dig down below. And I think that makes it so you can kind of break out of that funk a lot easier because you're not talking about bullshit. You're getting down to actually facts and tactical stuff that can actually be changed. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I know I need to get in and out of my breaks quicker, giving my, quarterback a better chance. You know what I mean? Or, as a cornerback, I need to, make sure I know at what part of the field could be, what routes could be happening at this point in time. So I'm ready for those instead of waiting for it to happen. I can be on top of it or, waiting for it to surprise me. I can be proactive about it. So there's those certain type of things that, I don't know. Maybe that's that. I would
Mhm.
say we got a little more talent on our team. I wouldn't say we're a one to one.
No, I wouldn't say it's one to one either, but I'd say we're quickly. It's not like we're light years behind you talent wise, but on the field,
Right.
boy, you wouldn't be able to tell that we weren't light years behind you talent wise. It was like watching a college football team go out there and play an NFL team. It's frustrating. It's I mean, yeah, it's just frustrating. So yeah, just seeing these
So
guys go
I
out
could
there and not go ahead.
I could tell you I was watching it with David McNiner and David McNiner, I believe it was David McNiner. He kept echoing like these defensive backs are really good. And talking about how he thinks they are the best in the league and whatnot. And I'm like, Yes. When you look at like individual performances, they do great stuff. But in that scheme, I don't think it works well for them. I think you got a whole bunch of guys who are extremely talented or doing stuff that kind of make them slow or get them out of position. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. I'm not a DB guy. But all I know is that I see a lot of talent when you zoom in, but when you zoom out, you're not getting what you should be getting when you zoom in. You know, when you zoom in, you're like, oh shit, this should be all this and that. And then you zoom out and you're like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, what is going on?
Yeah, it's frustrating too because there's a lot of times when the guys are playing their zones, right? And then Kyle Shanahan's known for picking those apart. You know, Brock Purdy was just picking them apart. And then nobody can fucking tackle. I don't know what happened to that.
Dude,
I don't know if you remember. There was
that
this
was our
one play.
concern at the beginning of the season up until about 3 weeks ago.
There was this one play. I don't know if you probably remember it. I think it's Ayuk scored a touchdown. Witherspoon draped over him, waiting for a guy just to come and clean up the tackle, right? And then two of our guys, I want to say it's Love and Woolen. Woolen got benched after that. Just ran right into Witherspoon. Didn't even touch Ayuk. I think it was Ayuk. And then he just runs straight into the end zone. It's like, what in the fuck are we doing, dude? What? Yeah. So need to clean that shit up.
We're really nasty against the zones because our bread and butter play is taking advantage of play action and then tossing it right behind the linebackers, which is with our run game is almost like a frickin' gimme every single time that the linebackers are going to rush up, and then you've got a free open crosser. You know what I mean?
And they exploited Bobby's coverage. We talked about that before, that Bobby can't cover like he used to, and they completely exploited it that game, which is what a team should do. And it's so frustrating. We have so much shit to clean up. Gino's got to get rid of the ball sooner. Our offensive line has to protect better. I don't know if you saw, I'm going to point out a bright spot. Jackson Smith and Jigba, that huge one-handed catch that he had.
Bro,
that was a pretty good play. That was cool.
Me and McNiner were both like, that's a good catch. He's like, yeah, that's a good catch. We were both like, don't tell anybody, but, shit, got to give him his props,
I remember watching that play, and it looked like the ball was just sailing way over his head, and he just sticks that one arm out, and I was like, no shit, he got that. But, yeah, so there's a lot of things that need to be cleaned up.
I think the offensive scheme needs to change a little bit. And this is where I think Lockett kind of, you got to get your short yardage. I think you got to kind of think of like Michael Thomas, Drew Brees type shit. You know what I mean? Like some of that short slants, get somebody open, get your 7 yards every pick. Don't be worried about this down the field stuff if you can't pass protect long enough, right?
Yeah, and that was a big thing. Is we're going for down the field routes all game. But when you can't get protection, what's it going to do? It's just going to cause a bunch of sacks. So that was frustrating. Special teams didn't play fucking special teams well. Look at DJ Dallas. I don't know if you saw me on with Candace. I don't bring DJ Dallas much up on this show because why would I? Right? That's not a big player that me and you would talk about. But if you watch the shows with me and Candace, I cannot stand DJ Dallas on this team. I've said it time and time again. He hurts the team more than he helps the team. And it's frustrating to have him back there returning punts when he can't hold on to the ball. That's the second fumble he's lost this year. So
they were gunning for him. He got one of them bananas. That was a banana kick. You got a banana kick.
I don't care what kind of kick it was. Either. God damn. I'm trying not to go back. Dude, this is the second game this season I haven't rewatched. I've been like, fuck it. I'm not even going to go back and rewatch it. Just so pissed
So
off.
I even had concerns because Ray McLeod was banged up, and they got him back there returning balls, and I'm like, why the fuck is Ray, who can put the ball in the ground, which I believe happened, if I remember correctly. We put the ball on the ground, and it's like, why aren't we just fair catching these? Why is he returning these? Just fair catch it. Somebody runs into it, penalty. If not, we just get the ball. We don't need to put his backup in, right? Because I want somebody who's used to catching the balls out there catching the balls. But why don't we just do that? Just fair catch it. Don't let him run right now and get hit and hurt. We'd like to use him in our offense, which we did. So, like, it made no sense to me. I was like, right now, let's just be good, be safe, keep this lead, and let's go. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and then here's the problem too: is
give me that damn turkey.
we get a little momentum, right? I think it was the third quarter. We start gaining a little bit of momentum. Honest to God, I can't remember if we went for it on fourth down or something stupid to where it was like, what the fuck are we doing? Maybe it was either going for it on fourth down or I don't remember. I just want to forget about that game. It was terrible. You know me, I'm not one to give a shit about the turkey on the field. It didn't bug me one bit, but fuck, you guys sucked. Spongy asked a question if there's any update on Corey.
Supposedly he should be leaving the hospital tomorrow, but I don't know. I think I was gonna host the Pick'em show just so we could get everybody's
picks in.
Everybody picks for Corey, so he could keep up a show. So yeah.
Thoughts and prayers.
I forgot to schedule it though. Yeah.
Thoughts and prayers. But yeah. So I don't know. What let's go back to our question. What would you do if you were the Seahawks? Before we go over the stats and everything, what would you want to do if you were the Seahawks?
Well, I think you need to take a look deep inside and figure out what you want your identity offensively and defensively to be. Because I see you trying to be this like air raid type offense, and I don't think you've got everything you need to do that. But you try and still dabble in the running game. Like you got 2 feet in 2 areas where you're not situated to do either.
Yeah, I think that was
defensively, I think you're stuck with Jamal Adams and you're trying to figure out a way to get the money that and the picks out of them that you spent.
Mm-hmm. I think that
no sense.
I think that might be the Achilles heel of this whole roster is Jamal Adams. And you know, say what you want about Geno, he's not making very much money. Jamal Adams we're stuck with for 2 more seasons.
If that defense could be lights out, nobody would talk about Geno.
Yeah. No, and here's the problem though, is it transfers over because let's take away the 49ers game. Yeah, we got dominated on both sides of the ball, the 49ers game. Our defense has played awesome, and it may not look like it on paper. Our offense has not been able to stay on the field, and which caused our defense to get tired very fast. Like we shut out Lamar Jackson his first 3 drives, right? But when the offense is on the field for 1 minute, but how do you expect them to contain him all game? How do you expect them to contain that run game all game? It really carries over. I have other than the 49ers game, I have very little concern about our defense. It's all the fucking 3 and outs, 3 and out, 3 and out. Fucking do something. I saw on CBS Sports today, top candidates for the Carolina Panthers coaching job. And our offensive coordinator they have him ranked as number 2 to get that job.
Unfortunate.
And I go, what are you guys thinking? What has he done? What has he done lately that has made it to where you guys would think that?
You guys, I think you guys want to pass and you want to run. I get that. But you get yourself an offensive line that all they can do really is pass, and they're not very good in the run, which I don't understand how you do that. And now I don't understand how you do that. It's easiest to learn how to run block in the beginning. I don't know how you can't be average at run blocking, but whatever. Why not just go to a passing side of the line and a running side of the line?
Yeah.
Something like that. You know what I mean? Because then you can at least take advantage of other things, like you make the running side the quarterback, not the quarterback's blind side, right? So if they mess up, then the quarterback can see that because it's not in their blind side, and you spend all your money on the left side where the quarterback
Well,
can just forget
that's
about.
kind of how it is. Honestly, that's kind of how it is right now because Charles Cross, excellent pass blocker, left tackle. Damian Lewis, great pass blocker, left guard, and then the center out to the right side. Now, granted, we should get Abe Lucas back in at right tackle this game. We'll see how that works out. Here's another thing for Seahawks fans, if any of you are watching. I was on with a Seahawks YouTuber yesterday, and he was wondering, will this team make the playoffs? I have no doubt that the Seahawks are going to make the playoffs this year. I don't want to make the playoffs and get first round exit the same way we did last year. I think the Seahawks are going to make the playoffs, but at this point, it's like, does it really matter? No. Unless we get hot at the right time, but I haven't. Have you seen anything that would make you think that the Seahawks are about to get hot? No. So
Not a glimpse.
no.
It seems like they've got a long list of things they need to work on, and no fix on the board yet. You know what I mean? Not that they've got it fixed, but they don't even have a fix that they're working towards getting to. You know what I mean? That they all can buy in. Oh, what up? We got CarCast. Whoops.
We got CarCast, Bryant Cole,
Brian Culp in the house. Make sure to check out all these guys. They got great channels. Bryant Culp,
David
CarCast got a
McNiner.
channel. David McNiner in the house.
But no, here's what I'm thinking the Seahawks do moving forward. We're going to draft a quarterback in the first round next season. Let's be honest. It's going to happen, whether it's Michael Penix, whether it's Bo Nix, whether it's we're not going to get Caleb Williams, but maybe the guy from North Carolina. I forget his name right now. But that's going to happen. We're going to fire our offensive coordinator, and all the blame will be placed on him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's I got no problem with our defense. Like I said, the tackling sucked ass on Thursday. But they've showed a lot this season. It's our fucking offense that's making our defense play from behind. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Let's look at the tail of the tape then.
Yeah. Who you want to go first?
Oh, let's do the 49ers. I'm tired of being pissed, I guess. David, I don't think Caleb Williams will be a bust. I'm pretty high on him, actually. Wow. Week 9, you guys sucked. I'm just kidding.
Oh, shut up.
You guys in the chat, this is our new system here we're doing. Kind of tail of the tape. Why don't you go ahead and explain to him?
Well, here at the top here, we got rush yards and pass yards, and combined, you'll see that they give you total yards. So the 49ers had 169 rushing yards and 208 passing yards for a total of 377 yards. You can tell when we have a lot of yards, we get a lot of green dots underneath them. except for
Yeah.
one game. You know what I mean? And then underneath, we got the sacks allowed, fumbles allowed, and interceptions allowed. And interceptions are in black, fumbles are in white, sacks are in gold. So you'll see in the losses, we've got a lot of sacks and fumbles and interceptions. And this game, we only had one sack and one interception. So
yeah, that was
wait,
fucking
hold on.
awesome. Huh?
Yeah. Yep. And that obviously that interception was a pick six. We all know that. And then the final graph down here, we got penalties and punts. So the
Not a lot last
49ers
game.
had 3 penalties and we had 5 punts. So
Didn't even see one.
Just a couple of things to
bro,
I was like, really? We punted as many times as you did.
I noticed that when I was looking at the graph.
I couldn't believe it.
Well, because this week, obviously, I think it's going to show both teams on both the graphics. It's kind of just going to be a repeat a little bit. But yeah, I noticed that while I was looking through the graphics. I'd like to say Bebop says, love the graphic. Thank you, Bebop. Ryan worked his ass off on these, so you'll get to see all of them. So.
And then the next one, we've got the yards given up. So we've got rush yards in gold and pass yards in white. And we gave up 88 rushing yards and 132 passing yards for a total of 222 yards, which is good. Obviously, if you look, the losses, those are obviously the games we gave up the most total yards. A lot of it was passing. Not all of them, but you see that stretch and it can kind of put some things together there. I'm thinking about moving this graph to the front page with all the other ones so you can kind of see a little bit more. Opposing quarterback. I'll probably skip over this and let Joe talk about his. But we did come away with 6 sacks, 1 fumble, and 1 interception. It won't be like this every week.
I'm not going to lie. I don't even remember the interception. Who got it?
Ambry Thomas. We'll get there in a second. He got he's the only one that got a turnover.
No.
What is?
We had a fumble on the punt return.
That's right. That's why I couldn't, because it wasn't because I was checking back the stats, thinking about the stats, and I was like, what's going on here? So right here we got the quarterback stats. Passing, he 209 yards. He went 21 for 30. He was 5 for 11 on third down. Oh, I forgot to do that stat there at the bottom. Don't mind that thing. This is B Purdy under the bottom. Oopsie. For touchdowns, we got CMC with 2, Brandon Ayuk with 1, and Debo with 1.
Wow. Look at that.
And wait for the next one to pop up. CMC 114 yards. Elijah Mitchell with, is it 39? 29?
Yep. 39.
I think it was 39. And then Debo with 16. And then receiving, Debo Samuel leads everybody with 79. Brandon Ayuk with 50, if I remember correctly. CMC with 25. 23 for Ray. Kittle with 19. Charlie Warner coming in with 9 yards, and Juwan Jennings with 7 yards there. Oh shoot, let me get the player stats here. It's kind of hard to tell this one because there's
just look though. Look at black means stats. Look at all those stats. Look at all those black right there. That's 6 sacks on the day for your guys' defense.
Yeah. And obviously Drake Greenlaw leading the tackles there. Fred always coming through. Bosa. Chase Young wasn't on the boards. That was interesting to watch, but just him being there, everybody else got a little something. Diamador Lenore, Ambry Thomas with the interception.
I don't know why I still can't remember that fucking interception. There were so many fucking plays that I'm pissed about. I just can't see it in my head right now.
Yeah. I could see Ambry's.
I can't. But yeah, look at all those sacks there. What?
Yeah. All right. You want to walk people down the Seahawks tail of the tape?
Yeah, sure. Obviously shitty, guys. Look at this. Let's see. Let me pull the stats out in front. Let's just look at the graph. We're just gonna kind of look at it. I don't have everything right in front of me right now. But look at
you want
that.
this? I got it.
Yeah, so look at how the sacks allowed really correlates with our losses there. I don't know if you can see that, but especially weeks 12, 9, and 6. Look at the sacks allowed. And those are, obviously we have 2 other losses, but that really makes a lot of sense. Not a lot of rushing yards either. That's kind of a big thing, but it seems like this season I thought we were better rushing, but obviously looking at the graph,
sacks and
much.
interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
Sacks and interceptions. It's not a good combo.
No, jinx. But yeah, you can see right there that fucking sacks are killers. So look at that. You guys had 6 against us this week. Let's go ahead and look at this. This is another big thing. This year, guys. Sorry. We only got 1 sack on the day. Got 1 interception. That was obviously a pick 6. It was probably the best play of the game for the Seahawks. But look at the that's another thing. Look at the rushing yards allowed when we lose. Well, I guess 6 isn't so bad, but that's a big issue. We let you guys run all over us. Yeah, Purdy with a 66% completion percentage, it looks like. 5 for 11 on third downs isn't great, but a lot of the times you guys didn't need to get to third down or fourth to third down, it seemed like. Now let's look at this here. This is one thing. This is the saddest touchdown chart I've ever seen. 1 touchdown. It's a defensive player. So that's kind of a sad little chart there. Let's see, 3 for 11 third down. That's completely unacceptable. And that's a lot to do with the sacks, putting ourselves behind the sticks like that. Sorry, my bad. I don't think I did that right. Really? Gino had 68 rushing yards last game? That's no way that's true. I think I goofed up on that, guys. That's my bad, because there's no way that's true. Let me tell you what he had. Yeah, Gino, 21 rushing yards. I don't know why I put that on there.
Hey, we both messed up.
Yeah, I was like, what in the fuck? No, I was like, no way he had 68 rushing yards. But yeah, look at that third down completion. That's just a killer. And the sacks, really the 2 biggest killers, I think, linked to each other on this page right now. Next up, we got rushing yards. Only 47 yards on the ground for Charbonnet. Obviously, we're expecting him to be the workhorse this game because Walker's out. And then DK and Tyler not really showing up. They both had 3 receptions each. And you guys did a good job of shutting them both down. Obviously, JSN with 41 yards, but a lot of that was on that one great one-handed catch we were talking about earlier. And I just kind of put the leading tacklers. Darrell Taylor had a sack, which was a 1-yard sack. I don't even know if I'd count it as a sack realistically. It counts as a sack in the stat sheet, but not really on the field. So, yeah, Jordan Brooks led with tackles, interceptions, of course. Yeah, it was, it was not the best game. It really wasn't.
No, not for you. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I
My
forget I'm talking to the enemy here. But yeah.
my team was doing great. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
can't do nothing for you. Wouldn't want to
What's
though.
up, Seahawks Eddie? Yeah, I
What
know.
up, Seahawks Eddie?
Yeah, let's get into this week. So obviously, I'm done being fucking pissed off about the 49ers game, to be completely honest with you. I was done by Friday. And then now I'm talking about it again and I'm getting pissed. And then I got everybody at work coming up to me. What the fuck is going on with the Seahawks, Joe? Don't want to fucking talk about it. Let's talk a little bit about this week. We both have huge matchups coming. I think your guys' should be the game of the week. Realistically, the two top teams in the NFC. I don't know. Are you guys on prime time this week? I'd assume they'd put that on prime time.
They did not flex us, as far as I know.
No,
as far as I know, we're at 105. Or yeah, I think it's
125.
What the hell? Like that should be the Sunday night game.
Actually shocking.
Yeah, 120. Yeah, it should be the Sunday night game.
Steve-O said 3 L's in a row for Seattle. It's actually 4. Yeah, you guys beat us 4 times in a row. What do you want me to say? Oh shit. The Seahawks have a big game of their own. It's kind of we gotta fucking win, I guess. I want to see him put forth a fucking effort on the field. That's kind of one thing. I was talking to somebody today. They're like, boy, I hope we beat the Niners in 2 weeks. I go, I just want them to show up and make it a good game against the Niners in 2 weeks. That's what I want as a Seahawks fan. You know, I want them to show a fucking pulse.
Yeah, to almost to ask to beat us on home field is asking a lot. You know what I mean? Your chance was Thanksgiving. You know, I would, because you got the 12s. I think that was your big chance.
Yeah, I mean, crazier things have happened, right? I'm not saying there's no way possibly that we can beat you, but odds are definitely stacked against us. But yeah, that was the one that we on paper, if there was one that we were going to beat you, it was going to be that one. And fuck, you guys looked light years ahead of us. So, but yeah, the Eagles coming up. What are you kind of expecting? Because this should be a good fucking game. And I don't know why it's not on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, it's probably going to be it should be the best game of the year just by billing, kind of, and what we've seen so far. Like we saw the Chiefs and the Eagles, and it was kind of like a type of game. Not to say that, I heard somebody say that good teams playing each other will make each other look bad, right? But I'm like, they look like they were both just fumbling the ball left and right. Not like literally fumbling, but they like drunk at the wheel. You know what I mean? Just barely getting anything across the line. It looked like a disorganized mess. So I think this is everybody's trying to see the games this year, who's the top dogs and who's going to match up. And I think people in Vegas think that the Niners are going to topple the Eagles here.
Yeah, what does Vegas have them at? Yeah, by a field goal. They're favored by 3 points going into the game. At Philadelphia?
We were 2.5. Yeah. This is the first time ever a 10-1 team in the Super Bowl era has ever been
a home underdog.
Home underdog by 3 points like that. 10-1.
I'm looking on ESPN right now, Bebop, and it's 3 right now.
Yeah, it was 2.5. It was 2.5. It's going up. Cox is gone. Well, I'm guessing Cox is gone. He got a groin, which you got a groin.
Cox got a groin.
You're not coming back. Yeah, he's got a groin issue. So if you got a groin issue, you're not coming back for a couple weeks, right? They also Williams. They got their nose tackle. He's a run stuffer. He's out there. He's had like 300 snaps, but they don't use him a lot. So he's also out, supposedly. So you got two big guys up in the line. That's probably their best defense, best part of their defense. That line is the best thing on their defense, and it'll have a chink in its armor. Nice chink in the armor for us. And the secondary, I don't think Big Play Slay is the same that he used to be. And it seems like that secondary is kind of been exposed, maybe. It seems like a lot of people are working on them.
I haven't watched a whole lot of them this year, to be honest with you. I wish I could say that I did, so I can't really speak for that. But you'd think Slay age would kind of catch up with him now. He's pretty old to be a cornerback in the NFL. So
yeah, I just don't know how our defense is going to match up against them. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we'll do, like, being able to hold your receivers to, like, let's say nothing, because really what the yards that they put up is nothing compared to their talent level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even with Geno throwing the ball, there should be more yards. So if we can pull it out on them, we can pull something close to that out on the Eagles.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for AJ Brown. He's a fucking beast.
I know.
I mean, that guy.
Smith. He's so quick. Like, you can't let him behind you. And AJ Brown just can catch anything around him.
And he's big like DK. He's built just like DK. They were teammates in college. I'm sure you've seen the picture of them working out and them just fucking shredded, where they look like they're fucking, defensive linemen, almost like edge rushers is how they're built, realistically. So
we got guys who are no names that come up and show up. You know what I mean? Like Diamador Lenore, 5th round draft pick, right? Started nickel. He was his starting outside last year. You know what I mean? I think it's his 3rd year. It might be his 4th year, but I think it's his 3rd year. So you're talking about 5th year draft pick, and now he's, starting in the slot and was starting on the outside. People were picking on him. They kept him in there because we kind of needed him, only had him. We kept him in there, and at one point, all that picking on him just hardened him to the point where he started picking off people, and they were like, let's try that other side. That Lenore kid is on one.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't have that. They don't have that. They buy all these big names, and then when they fall off, they're in trouble.
It's tough to stop Debo and Christian McCaffrey too when they're both in the offense. That's tough. Really tough. We saw it firsthand last weekend. So yeah, it should be a good game.
Then you got Brandon Ayuk. You got to keep the top on Brandon Ayuk. You got to keep Kittle out of the seam. And then somehow you got to stop Debo and CMC from getting out in all the other spaces. Yeah. Have fun. Have fun.
Yeah, so it should be a good one though. I'll looking forward to watch it, especially because it's not at night. So I'll just turn on the TV on Sunday. We don't got shit going on Sunday. We play tomorrow night. This is a huge weekend for Seattle, or a huge week, not a weekend at all, considering I just tweeted out, I don't know if any of you follow me on Twitter, but I posted beat Dallas, beat Oregon. That's what's all on Seattle football fans' minds right now. And it's weird to see the Huskies actually be kind of bigger, more draw than the Seahawks, because even when the Huskies are good, they're not a big draw like that. And they're basically playing for a spot in the Final Four to play for the national championship on Friday. So let's hope that both go well. Yeah, both 9-point underdogs in both games. Both games were 9-point underdogs.
I gotta kind of go for Dallas. I'm sorry, but now
Oh, it's fine.
Dallas can be a paper tiger.
What's that?
They can be a paper tiger. You know what a paper tiger is?
No.
Okay, you know what a tiger is, right? Big,
No.
loud, it can kill you, right? Well, imagine one made out of paper. You can just rip it up, burn it up. It's nothing. It's all big and scary until it's not. It's just a piece of paper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So paper tiger, they and not to say that they're not the beast that they are, but then all of a sudden they show up as this paper tiger, like in the playoffs against the 49ers. You know what I mean? A paper tiger.
Well, and then not to that extent because Dallas has blown some teams out, but we've seen both the Cowboys and the Seahawks do the same thing this season to where like we beat the Detroit Lions. And the Lions aren't the Lions of old. They're a pretty damn good football team, right?
Yeah.
We beat the Lions, match them toe to toe, and then we lose to the Rams, like embarrassingly. We beat up on the Giants, which is a team that we should beat up on, and then we lose to the Ravens embarrassingly. So that's just the way we are. Inconsistency kills us, and that's in all three phases. So
do you think there's any chance that your team's not ready to really stand and go with some of the big dogs?
yeah, for sure. I think that's a problem is with the Seahawks. God, it's so sorry for the dead air here. I don't think roster wise, talently, yes, I think we match up with anybody. But like I said, when it comes to putting them together, when it comes to the scheme on the offense, especially the offense, when it comes to piss poor tackling, but talent wise, we're so there. But it's just when it comes to gelling as a team, we're not. When it comes to Gino holding the ball too long, Gino being inaccurate, and that's why, you know me, I've been beating the Gino drum for a long time. I trust Gino. I don't really trust Gino anymore. It sucks to say. So, yeah, I think that's a big thing that's holding us back. Him not being as mobile as other quarterbacks. So,
His accuracy is something I noticed last year about halfway through the season. I believe I brought it up to you a couple of times, saying like I think it's gonna be an issue because when it comes to those tight windows, if they've got gap, they've got no issues. They can slow down, they can speed up to get to the ball. When they've got somebody blanketed all over them, it's a tight window. That accuracy really starts causing issues with your offense because it stops drives, causes you to punt. You can't keep anything going, gets your defense back out on the field. They can't stop anything because they're sucking wind. So I still think he's a good quarterback for now. What you're paying for him, guys are getting experience. The only thing is kind of like Lockett is kind of along for this rebuild a little longer than if I was him or if I was a Seahawks fan, I would want because I want Lockett to have a shot at the Super Bowl within the next this year or next year. You know what I mean? I don't know how many more years he's got left.
yeah,
And
and I think he'll be.
if I'm a Seahawks fan and I'm trying to make my shot, I want to lock it. Not only because he's been there from like, a very long time now, but also the guy's great. You know what I mean? The guy's great. He knows how to get open. Yeah, I want a guy like him if I'm making a Super Bowl run. So that's the way I see it. I just don't know if you got the time now, because you're going to have to get a new quarterback next year. Who knows how long that will take?
Yeah. Could get lucky, could not. I mean, it's such a crapshoot with young quarterbacks. It's a crapshoot with any quarterback, So it's rough, but we'll see. Like I said, I think we're a playoff team. I don't think we're a deep playoff team. It would take a fucking miracle to win a playoff game this year. So yeah. Yep. What are you you're doing pick'ems, right? So I think everybody in the chat does pick'ems.
Yeah. Corey's having some issues, so I was thinking I was going to start pick'ems so we can get everybody's picks, so we can deliver that to Corey, and it's like he didn't miss out. You know what I mean? So we'll keep it going. If I would have thought about this earlier, we could have probably maybe have figured out a way to have it on his channel still. I could have made a show for it. He could have entered in his, and then I could have turned it off on mine, and then I could still have hosted it, same link and all that good stuff, and it would just play on his. But yeah, I don't even know if he wants to go through that hassle right now. He's not doing so well. So make sure you have your thoughts and prayers with Corey. Yeah. So appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm probably going to start that show for about 6:30. So we're going to be, or 7:30. So it'll be a little later than normal, 7:30 my channel. I'll drop everybody the links once I get it up.
Okay. Sorry, I just wanted you to let everybody kind of know what was going on. So, but yeah, what's your final score prediction for this week? I think, unless you got anything else you want to moan and drone about with me.
I'm going 31-24, but it could be, dude. It could be not a blowout, but some might call a blowout. We could win by 2. We could win by 17. Or it could come down to 1 point. And they could, and whoever at that point could win. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
27. Oh, hey, 24. Wait.
Remember when I said that I didn't think the Seahawks or the Niners would beat the Seahawks by over 17 points?
They did by 18.
I was wrong. Yeah. I was wrong by 1 point. Just wanted to bring that up.
Well, we both did say it. We said either it's going to be a close game and anybody can win it, or the 49ers are going to blow the Seahawks out. Like, there was no chance of the Seahawks blowing the 49ers out. So.
No.
I'll say 27-24 Seahawks tomorrow night. We're in our throwbacks, by the way, tomorrow night. Again.
I tried to talk Joe into streaming the game, so he won't. But maybe if you guys peer pressure him on all his social medias, he might do it.
Yeah, you might have to. Maybe I'll call in at halftime like I did all drunk during Thanksgiving, just fucking pissed off.
That was some good shit, though.
Dude, I went out to a fucking chicken coop and did that outside. And then at the end of the game, I was like, fuck this, it's cold outside. I'm going to go in their family room and start ranting about the fucking Seahawks sucking ass. Then you go, is that them? You like couldn't see. You're like, are they eating turkey on the field on the 50-yard line? I go, nope, on the 30.
Yeah. Which, did you see what happened with George Kittle?
No. Oh, didn't he like throw a drumstick to somebody or something?
He threw a drumstick to somebody. They dropped it. He picked it up, tossed it to him. They caught it.
And ate.
And then I think they took a bite out of it because he gives another like, yeah, like, of approval. And after, I'm pretty sure they already caught it because it should have came down and he already gave it. Yeah. But he took that turkey. He took the rest of that turkey in there so everybody else could get a piece of the Seahawks turkey's soul. You know what I mean? Highlander. I'm telling you, it's Highlander.
You've said about 1,000 fucking times at this point.
Yeah. Did you see my Friday night thumbnail?
Yeah, I saw it. Sorry, I wasn't feeling it on Friday night. I was like, fuck this, dude. I'm not fucking going on there with all those guys right now. It was still fresh.
It's all good.
It was
It's
one of
all
those
good.
occasions too, where like usually if I don't make Fridays, it's because I have something going on, right? Um, so like this Friday, I probably won't make it because I'll be watching the Huskies. You know, that's the biggest fucking game of the year. The Huskies Ducks game is at 5 o'clock. I might make it to the afternoon show or the after show, but fuck, I was doing nothing Friday night. I was like, no, I ain't going on there. I'm not gonna fucking watch it. Nothing. I ain't going on there with those fucking guys tonight.
Hey, you sure the Apple Cup isn't the best game of the year?
That was a close one, dog. That was the last real Apple Cup. So this is a Pac-12 championship game. Whoever wins this game is going to the college football playoff. So
Let's freaking go.
dogs.
Why are they switching division if they can just whoop up on the Pac-12 and then go in? Now you're
Money.
gonna
They won't.
money.
It's money.
Okay.
It's all money.
All right, let's get out of here. I gotta start
All right.
another show.
All right. Thank you, everybody.